So the console has an Automix function which you can use to automatically adjust the channel level of a group of channels. For example, in our setup here, we have a number of guests and a presenter who are all going to be talking on a panel show. So the first thing I want to do is assign these channels to the Automix group, and the easiest way to do that is to couple the channels, come up to the channel display, and on any of the channels in my couple group, touch in the Automix area and assign a group number. There are 8 Automix groups I can choose from. So now we can see here that I've assigned these 3 channels to the Automix group, and Automix is already active. That's indicated by the A, and the level of this channel is shown on the little meter. So already the Automix feature is compensating as these 2 channels are speaking, the guest and the presenter. So if you want more control over the Automix parameters, then you can bring up the Automix display onto the central GUI by pressing the bus button and cycling through the different bus pages. Here we can see all the channels that are within my Automix group, number 1. And here we're seeing the same information as at the bottom of the channel display. But there are a couple of extra controls here, a fader level for controlling the weighting of a channel and an on-off button. So for example, if I want to temporarily take the presenter out of the Automix group, I now am back to manual fader control of that channel level. Add it back into the Automix group. And if the presenter is more important, that we hear his microphone channel louder than the other channels, we can adjust the fader to give him an extra weighting. There are also controls at the top of the display for adjusting the attack, the release, and the floor level of the auto-mixing function. So for example, if we want to add a little bit more background noise from the channels, then we might adjust the floor level. Click the reset button to reset the global parameters here. The other functions we can do here are to give the Automix group a name. So for example, I'm going to call this group Studio Mics. And we can give it a color coding. For example, let's use pink. So now if I go back and look at the bottom of the channel display, the color coding and the name appears in the Automix group area. This is particularly useful if you're using more than one Automix group. You can access the different Automix groups from the drop-down menu on the central GUI display.